In this video, I'll be covering how to create a new listing type for products. Now, these could be physical products or digital products, but we would start by going to the Listings tab in the admin account and clicking the plus new button to create a new listing type. Then we would give it a name, like products. I'm not going to include a description, so I'll just put a space in there for now. And the people who are able to create products or list products are providers. Currently, you can only connect a listing type to a single user role, so please keep that in mind. So when we create the products listing type tied to providers, it means the providers in their account, when they create a new listing, will be presented with the option now not just to create a one-on-one service, but also a product. And we will have to go under the edit tab to make sure that all the settings are set up properly for products. And in this video, I'll show you which ones to select. So under the scheduling tab, there's no scheduling usually with purchasing a product, a standard physical product, so I'll select none. But in some cases, if you're looking instead to schedule like an appointment to decide what products the customer should sell, this might be used in like bulk sales appointments. You would select the appointment option, but otherwise, most cases, products don't require scheduling and checkout, so I'll hit save. Under the monetization tab, in the 4 quadrants at the bottom, you can determine how much percentage you want to take from the seller side or the vendor side here in this dropdown, how much you want to take from the customer side off every transaction, and this upsells the customer. So if it was a $100 listing and we selected 5%, the customer would pay $105. Or if it was $100, the customer would pay, if they were upcharged 5%, they would pay $105, and $5 would go to your business bank account. And if you took, in addition, 5% from the vendor side and the product was $100, then you would take $5 of that and the vendor would get paid out $95. You can also mix and match dollar amount flat fees. If you want to charge a certain like $2 off every transaction from either side, you could do that. And that's in the unit of your currency. In case that's like Australian dollars or a different currency, it'll just be whatever that unit is here. For now, I'll set it back to 0% for products. And one more thing you might be interested in is if you want to make sure that all money processed on the platform goes to and is directed to your platform or business Stripe account for your marketplace to ensure you receive all the funds before they get issued to the sellers, you would check this box here. Otherwise, we'll use Stripe Connect to automatically pay out sellers at the point of sale. So if the customer pays for a product, the seller will automatically get deposited that amount if this is unchecked. So if you want to ensure that the seller isn't paid out until you approve that the goods are received by the customer, you might want to check this box. Moving on to the permissions tab, the things that you'll probably want to enable for products are potentially you might want to require providers to confirm the purchase, but usually that's unchecked for products. If you buy something, it's just marked as purchased. You probably want to force users to log in to purchase products. This is best practice if you're enabling chat. Otherwise, if you leave it unchecked, you're allowing guest checkout, which is sometimes preferred. If you want to enable shipping or upsells and add-ons, you'll definitely want to check this box for products. And this will essentially enable you to add additional fees in the listing creation process that will show up in checkout for shipping or additional upsells. Actions tab, if you want chat enabled, keep it how it is automatically generated. If you want to add the ability to leave reviews on the transaction details page here, you can click plus new, put in review as the action button label, put in this as the route, make sure it's visible to customers after the product is confirmed. And this will make a review button appear on the transaction details page for customers to leave a review for the seller. Add-ons, if there's platform level add-ons, they can be added here, but I won't cover that in this video as we'll have a separate tutorial for add-ons and shipping later on. Terminology, it's best practice to fill this out for buyer, seller, and checkout page terminology. For products, this would be buy now probably. And this will just trickle all throughout the app for the purpose of notifications and things like that. So it's just best practice to set whatever terminology you want the buyer and seller to be called in the context of this listing type, which would be products. Field groups, you can disregard that for now. We'll have an advanced tutorial if that's needed in your case. So now that you've created this listing type products, there's just one more thing you're going to need to do. It's created. So if we log in as a provider and try to create a listing, like if we go to the users table, log in as a service provider, they will also now have the ability when they go to their listings table and hit plus new, they'll be presented with this drop down to say, do you want to create a one-on-one service or a product? However, there will be no fields connected to it yet. If you click get started and go into the listing creation process, and that is because you have to hook up what fields you want in that listing creation form under the fields table. So we'll probably want things like title for the product, description, hooked up to not just one-on-one services, but also products. And the way that you would do that is you'd search for the field you want, click edit, connected field groups, and connect it to that listing type that we just created, products. And you want that to show up when users create listings of this type, and you can decide if that's a required or not required field and create the connection. And now if we go to create that listing, it'll show that one field we connected. So if we log in as a provider, go to the listing details page, click plus new, click product, let's create a product, get started. Now it's asking us for the title. And you would do that for each of the fields you want in listing creation for products.